welcome back to yet another episode. It's Rob, and welcome back to yet another episode of Snackage. It is the episode where we get to review food, specifically snacks in particular, and then we provide you with a source of education and knowledge on your snacking. Today, we are going to be snacking on something very, very popular. It is known as Nacho Cheese Doritos. Nacho Cheese Doritos, one of the most popular snacks out there, and we are going to determine today where it falls with the rankings. Now, if you've seen the last video, combos actually received the highest ranking from the two previous snacks that we reviewed, which is the combos and the Migos popcorn, the white cheddar with the dapper ranch. I will get back to the wrap snacks, but for now, we might as well move on to the popular and classics. Now, if you're very new to this channel or you still don't know how my ratings work, they're basically get divided up into three separate categories. Presentation, how the bag looks and the visual appearance. Then there's the cost, how much does it cost for one bag of this particular snack, and of course, taste at the end. And then I will give an overall rating in the end in order to decide where it falls in the rankings. So, I still have my cameraman Nick with me. Nick, wave your hand in front of the camera. Yep, he's still going to be reviewing snacks, and as you guys know it, he will also taste these snacks along with me, so that way we get a very accurate rating. Okay? So, let's start off with presentation. First of all, the Doritos logo has definitely evolved. If you have known from the old-fashioned snacks, hello, that's a card. If you know from the original Doritos, it was kind of like the blocky letters with like the letterings, but ever since then, they have definitely changed the logo about 3 or 4 times, and now it is about Doritos with a triangle through the center, which is, you know, very modern but very contemporary at the same. And with the big bold white letters, along with the red and slightly maroonish color in this portion of the bag here, I think it settles to be a decent bag for presentation. Nick, what would you give this bag?
Possibly a 7.
Possibly a 7? I would definitely have to agree with that because, you know, with the color palette, it's definitely popular, but I think I honestly think the Doritos bag could use a little bit of work, okay? So 7 it receives for the presentation. Now, for the cost, we purchased this bag in particular for $1.69. $1.69 for a 3.5 ounce bag of Doritos chips. This is the regular snack size, and $1.69 for 3 1/8 ounce, which is actually pretty decent compared to Migos, which had $1.69, but it had a lot more, but it had air in the bag with the popcorn to begin with. Really, the combos really top it off with cost, as if it was, because it was pretty cheap, but it definitely provided with a lot of snacking in general. Whereas this serving size per container was about 3 chips, about 11 servings. One serving size is about 11 chips, I'm sorry, correct me. And there's about 3 servings. So 3 servings for $1.69. I say that's a solid 7.5. You would agree with that, right, Nick?
Yeah, around there.
7.5? Okay.
Yeah.
So, you receive a 7 on presentation, a 7.5 on cost. Hello, more cars. But guys, you already know what this is about. We gotta eat the snacks in order to determine how well they are, okay? See that rippage? It's clean, no tears. Okay? You're a true snacker if you're able to do that. Alright, so, Nick, you get the honorary first chip.
There you go.
Okay, Doritos Nacho Cheese. Has that familiar flavor.
Thank you.
Definitely iconic. One more chip.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, Doritos Nacho Cheese Chips. A very iconic chip in its own right. People say that in most people's eyes it would actually be considered to be one of the most popular chips, if not the best chip out there, which is highly controversial, but I definitely do see the people's reasonings. So, the first initial taste that I got was the corn. It is primarily a corn chip, and that was literally the first thing that I got. It was corn chip. It was really good, really crunchy. It had that initial crunch that like you really want to have in a chip. It really wasn't as spicy as the honey sriracha combos in the previous video, which is good because it is nacho cheese and it doesn't have the intention of being spicy, but it definitely does have that familiar flavor profile that is truly recognizable among the consumer market. You know, and as I'm like reading down the ingredients, and I'm just going to list off a few. Salt, cheddar cheese, Romano cheese, tomato powder, there's also green bell pepper powder. A lot of these ingredients that are very familiar with the state of nachos, and I think I can taste a little bit of everything. But what I'm also tasting is a little bit of the artificial flavoring, which it does actually say on here, artificial flavoring, including yellow 6, yellow 5, and red 40. I definitely do taste a little bit of that. It's a little bit of an unnatural flavor, but it's still an iconic flavor all on its own. And then when you really get to like the presentation of the actual chip, you can definitely see the amount of spice, but the ratio of spice is a little bit off-putting. But you can't really expect that with like non-uniform chips. I mean, this one is perfectly good. And then there's some chips that are like curled that doesn't receive as much spice, if not no spice whatsoever. So I do think flavor can be a little bit consistent in every chip, but it's an iconic flavor. It does have the flavor that is noticeable. Could there be more flavor? I could definitely say without a doubt that it could use a little bit more flavor. But I think overall it has a good reputation to uphold, so I'm going to give these chips another 7. I think it could definitely use some more work. But don't just take my word for it, because Nick, I would like you to review these chips as well. So I'll just take the camera.
I give it a 8.5. I'm more of a nacho cheese fan than Cool Ranch or any other type of flavor of Doritos. So 8.5 for me.
8.5, alright.
Yes.
Alright, 8.5 from our cameraman. Give it up for him, and make sure you leave a like for him in the comments. Make sure to leave a like and leave a comment below to see more of him. So, you've heard his rating, an 8.5. You heard my rating, which is about a 7. So I think a 7.75 would be our average for our overall taste. So the score goes as follows. Presentation, 7. Cost, 7.5. And taste, 7.75. So that averages up to a total of 7.6 for the overall rating for nacho cheese Doritos. But that is merely mine and Nicholas's opinions, but your opinions could be well introduced in the comments below, so make sure you also put down your own rating if you feel interested. Also put down more suggestions for what snacks you want to see us do next, and also comment down below one word that you would like to use for the next Song on the Fly ukulele edition. Okay, I've already received some suggestions for not only the chips and for the songs, so I'm really excited to put out those videos that are on. It's most likely going to be next week. But yeah, for the rest of the week, it'll be mostly consistent of snack reviews, so get ready for some more snackage along the way. But with that being said, I'm Rob, and I'm signing out. See you later.